Hi everybody, it's Carolyn and welcome back to Southern Crafted. I know it's been a long time. I have not posted a video. It's just been a lot going on, and so I just haven't been able to do that. And so anyway, we are still dealing, of course, with my husband's health, and so of course that comes first. He is we will find out he'll have his PET scan done next month, and that will be for his lung cancer to make sure that that's still at bay. And also he just had his bladder looked inside of. There's still active cancer cells in his bladder. They just have not attached themselves, so they think that probably the chemotherapy from when he had the lung cancer, that helped with his bladder. But anyway, the Keytruda that they put him on, it attacked his skin. That was for his bladder cancer. He's not going to be able to go back on that. It attacked his skin. It's still attacking his skin. He's gone through 5 rounds of steroids, very strong steroids, and now it has started to attack his thyroid. So he has had to go on thyroid medication for right now. And we're watching his liver as well. So it's just been a lot of appointments, a lot of worry, a lot of stress. So anyway, I have been crafting behind the scenes when I could have time. And I've made journals in the past. Y'all have seen me over on Miss Flip Flops and Pearls. I made journals. They were called mini albums, which looked like this is what I made. And they're very involved with a lot of interactive flips and folds and cards, and you could put a lot of photos on them and journal on them, and you could use it for a lot of things. I mean, there's cards everywhere in here, flips and magnets and all kinds of things. So this is kind of what I was used to doing. And I really like that. I really like that pretty. It's very aesthetically pleasing to me. Not that a junk journal is not. It's just different. It's harder for me to figure out, I guess, in some ways, what to do. With the mini albums, I would buy a paper pack. It was double-sided, and I would use that. And so all my colors, everything were there. And then I would add embellishments, like, with this one, a little Prima frame and Prima flowers and, Tim Holtz stuff, all kinds of stuff. So, anyway, I'm not anybody that sews, but I did buy a sewing machine. And I can sew a little bit. I just can't, make clothing or something. So anyway, this is the album that I made. And the paper pack that I used, I followed Sarah Lee Armstrong. I'm going to list her channel below. She did a whole series of making this journal with this paper pack, which is called Inky Blues. You can print it out in portrait and landscape. I printed it double-sided. I had to flip it over because my printer doesn't print double-sided. So I had to flip it over, so I lost, you can see where this one, it's not printed double-sided. So you can see that it really cut down on the size of my paper. If you can see that there. I hate my camera. It was so good at one time, but filming this way, it sucks. So anyway, excuse my mouth. So then I picked a fabric that I had that I thought went well with it. And so I decorated it up with some, I had some of these little flowers and some little decorative lace here that I had gotten from Lavish Laces a long time ago when I was doing a lot of lace work as well. This I got from Michael's. And so, and this piece of fabric came from a secondhand shop, brought it home and washed it up, and we got that. And the inside I got from a secondhand shop. This ribbon I got from Michael's. And so you can see that I made it pretty thick. But I'm still learning. There's still lots to learn about. I don't know if you can really mess up a junk journal, but there are so many things you can do with a junk journal, and so many. I mean, even in the journal, the photo journals that I was making, there's just so many things you can do with those as well. So, anyway, this is what mine has turned out to be so far. I think that I'm going to call it done. So anyway, I just kind of frayed that fabric here on the edges. I sewed it onto the, I used cardstock, I mean not cardstock, but what word am I looking for? I'll think of it in a minute. But I used that, I made the, book and put a spine on the back. I think I measured it a little bit larger, or I didn't scooch them in maybe as close. I'm not sure. But so far, this is what it looks like. This is an old envelope. It's just it had, it's got the little window there, and so I slid it, I put a picture in it, and I sewed around it, and this envelope, this whole thing here, it opens up, it's a big, huge envelope. And so I just wrapped it with different papers and all kinds of stuff. I put a little tag in here. This right here, I put that over it because it was kind of flopping. I made this little, it's a pocket here, and it does have an old postcard in it, and I don't know if it has, I'm sure it does have the date on it. I just need my glasses. Some things there's a few things in here that are old, but there's not, I can't see the date on it. It looks like 1952 on this. And that, with that picture. So I put some things in there that are old, but most of the things, I don't have a lot of that. So I used some even stickers that I, use in my other little journals. And then with this, it was just, I just had a strap of a piece of fabric, and I just tore some strips and just put them on some paper clips. Made a little belly band with some leftover pieces I had, and so it's got a few things in here. And so it's got some music paper. Then I made this, and I had seen somebody making one of these, and I wanted to make it, so I did. And then I stuck, several tags in here and up here. And it just looks like that on the back. And I just put that down in here. Just made some pockets here and there. And then it was, just different pages that I left a lot of things blank so you could write in it. You could add things to it. Here's a pocket here. I also have an interactive little window there that you could put anything you wanted to. You could put another picture over it and stick it down in here. And I just put a little tab of fabric right there. Put a couple pockets right here, and just put some little, these are paper doilies that I put there. And then I just stamped on some of the paper. This one I just did, you know, pockets. It's got tags in here. You got, I think it's 3 pockets. Here's some more tags. And these are not old. These are, you know, some of them may be printables. So it's got 3 pockets there. And there's another pocket back here I didn't stick anything in. I just need to do that. And then I cut out some of the flowers that were on the paper. And then I just made a little tuck space right there and put a couple little things in there. And then I had some paper that I had printed out that actually had these birds on it, and so I used those birds, and you'll see throughout I really liked them, so I used them throughout. And I need to cut these shorter where I bound it, put it my signature, put it in the book. So it's got 3 signatures in here, and I didn't know whether I wanted to put any beads on it or not, but I don't think that I'm going to put beads on this one. So this one just says leave a little sparkle wherever you go. And then I had this, it was Tim Holtz little thing, and so I had made up several little tags, and so I just put them on these little bulb clips and then just added them to this. Inside here there's this was another just packaging is what it is, and I just added some little bits and bobs in here of different, you know, little ephemera. None of this is old. It's all new. Like I said, I just don't have, a lot of people will have really old pieces in theirs. It's like from the 1800s, 1700s. I mean, it's crazy. It's beautiful. I did make this little tape that you can do with alcohol ink and just use some tape. So I made some of that to look old. And put some of this paper down so you can write on it. Another little pocket. Now this was old. I had bought this off eBay. It was a package and it had all kinds of stuff in it. This was old. What does it have? I don't know what the date's, but if it has a date. And this I think was this. No, this is not old. The only thing in here that's old is the flower, the little pack of seeds. Okay, and I stamped some more over here, and I had put some more stickers here. I have another paper clip. I rusted some paper clips, and that I used. I made this tag, and cut out some of the flowers, you know, and then did a little brad through them and some cheesecloth. Then I made this where you could just fold it out and write in different places, and then I put a little tag spot right here. Okay. I'll try to not take too long on it because there's a lot in here. I made this little book. It just untie it, and it's just got a couple little pages in it. This one, I did this little one, and I put a magnet on it. Put a little couple pieces of that in there, some stickers in there. So you just have a little right place there. Some old book pages. This is a doily. It's a paper doily, and I just took some ephemera and put it in there. Some old, these aren't old. These, I think I actually even may have gotten them off Temu. Here's some more of it back here. This is another pocket. Need to have something put in there. This is the back of that envelope. I mean, I just covered that envelope. It is thick. So, I don't know if you're supposed to have a space right here for your signatures, but mine does, unless it's fluffier. But when you flip it through, it you know, it doesn't. So I made this little thing, you know, it's just a little, I just made it with some brads. And it's got a little piece in here, a little ephemera piece in here that I stuck in there. No, it doesn't want to go in there. It fits, I promise. And I'm probably not going to fool with it. If it doesn't go back in there right this minute, I'll wait. So it's got a pocket here and a pocket here. And this, I just put some stickers and stuff on it, made it places you could write, just folded it up and stuck it in there with some scrap that I had left over. Some graph paper, some more of those stickers. I really like those in this. And then some of the paper. And then I did the same thing here. I took some stickers that I had, and then I just made a little place here you could write or just tuck something away in there. More little stickers. Now this is a big pocket, and I know I have things, or I had things in there. Yeah, there's some things in there. If I can get hold of it. I think I just have one little piece in there, yeah. So there's some paper down in there. Cut a little notch so you could see that there's a pocket there too. This was the tag I printed out, put it on here. And then just some washi tape and some other ephemera I had. And then here's another little tuck spot where I cut off some paper and put there. Just little, you know, here's like you'll see some little tuck spots along the way. See, it's like that. I really like this bird. And this one I put, what's it say? Your attitude determines your direction. And then I had some other little pieces that I put in here. So you could add to this journal a lot more too. Just another little picture I put in there. It's not old. This is, it's just from the paper, you know, that I made this, and I put a magnet in it, and I put some little pieces of ephemera in here, and I just, you know, you could leave it like that. You could put it in the pocket, which is what I should do. Let me flip back to where that pocket was, if I can find it. Well, there's one. I could stick it in there, but I didn't want to do that one. I wanted to do the other one, which I think I'm going to have to wait because I don't know where to put it. Okay, I'll just wait. But you could just pin it over, like, stick it over the top and have it that way. Is the way I'd had it there. Alright. Okay, so we're back up here. And yeah, I just had it laid over that. And I've got some sheets there that are empty. Here's another little pocket here. Another little piece of paper down there. Another little tag. And another little, this one's got 2 pockets in it. So, I mean, you could stick this in here. And then I put 2 pieces in here. These are not old. Here again, this is an envelope. That I just took an old winded envelope, sliced it open, covered it in all kinds of paper, took a print from a book, and you know, you could tell it came from the same book, and just stuck it in there. Thought it was pretty. More tags, and I just put those together and put a little pearl on it. You know, you could put a place in the paper and dangle it from it if you wanted to. Another little tag there, and this is just an envelope that I just stuck some scrap paper across the bottom, and it's just one of these. Well, that was good. Well, at least I know now that I need to tie that, so we'll see what's in here. I'll fix that. I didn't have it tied on there. And I just have several different pieces of paper in here. So, I will tie that on there and put it back in here. Okay. So then we have, here's another little belly band that I made, and I put a lot of different little pieces in here. Like I said, this is not vintage. It's just pieces that I was able to buy or print. Here's another one that it's just little envelopes, and so in each one that's stuck together here, you can pull out, like this one I put a little card in you could write on. Maybe what I did with all of them, I'm not sure. Yeah, it is. I just put little cards in each one that you could write a little note, put a picture in there, write a little note. So there's 3 of those. And I just put those on there. Put another little belly band here, and just put some of them right there. Here again is the bird. And this was on that paper too, so I just put it over here, and it says grow through challenges, because I thought this looked a little like it needed some help, so it was going through challenges. And this is spread kindness. Alright, here's another little pocket that I just tore some paper. I put one of those envelopes in there. This and a tag that I just put some of the paper that I made a flower out of, and I dyed that with some coffee, some cheesecloth. Dyed it with coffee, and just made that a little tuck spot. Put a little sticker there. Some more of this tape, and I put this paper on here. Some lace here and there. This one is magnetized, so you can just pull it up. And wait, why is that one? Okay, hang on. I know I probably got my head in it. Why is that one doing it like that? Oh, okay, it was cut. I see. I didn't have it pulled all the way back. Alright, so it has a tuck spot here in this envelope, because this envelope is what it is. It's connected, and there's a tuck spot there with just a card in it, and another one up here with just a card in it. So it's just 3 envelopes that are put together, and then I attached them where they would have a magnet there to hold it down. This one, I've got a tag stuck back here. It's just some lace, some more of this tape and paper. I really like that. This little pocket, and you pull it out, and then you can also, I put a tab on it, and you can take the photo out, and you could change it out if you wanted to something else. And that just slides back in there. And then back here, there's another little side pocket. I'm going to put that in there. This one is I just put this little, I think this is by Tim Holtz. Put that in there. And then I put these. Now these are old. These are dated back to 1956. And this one is from 1968. So I put these little book cards in here. Library cards, I should say. And then I just put a sticker on there. Then I found this poem, and I put this in here, and I just put some of the little flowers that I cut off. And it's talking about blue, the hue of dreams and endless horizons. So I thought with this blue color it would go in good with here. So then I have this, and then the last little tuck pocket. This is the back of that other envelope. You can see how thick. I mean, it really, when you start adding layers to it, of just paper, tearing paper and putting on it, it can really get thick. I chose not to. I put the material on it and wrapped it around. I chose not to put anything on the back or on the front, because I thought it just had so much in here that if someone wanted to, pin something in here, wanted to put something here or in the back, if they were going to give it as a gift or anything like that, they would have the room to do so. So this is my first junk journal. And I do have ideas for the second one. The first one, like I said, it did take me a while. I've been watching and learning new techniques and things to do, but all in all, you know, you can hang charms off the back if you were to put your signatures out the back. I'm used to making a book. That was another thing, was sewing in signatures. That was different for me. I'm used to having a book that when I make this, that I make the pages and I put them in and glue them down. So then you have this page here, and then I decorate each side. And so I just make a book page and then make it like that. So with these, sewing them in was, like I said, it was a little different. And I need to cut these shorter because, like I said, I'm not going to put any charms on, but I did leave them longer because I thought about putting some wooden charms on here. I still may try it, just see what it looks like. I don't know. Like I said, I think that it's pretty good for the very first one, and to make it with 3 signatures, you know, and cover it in fabric and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was like I said, it took me time because I've been working on it for a while now, and I thought I was going to be able to do it with. At first, I thought it was going to be 3 signatures. Then I thought, no, I think I can do it with 2. But then when I got to putting it together, it was better if it had 3 in it. By the time I had made the book out of, it's not cardstock. It is. Oh man, it's like it's like cardboard, and chipboard. There you go. That's the name of it. Yeah, brain fog. So anyway, she will be for sale. If you're interested, message me, and we can talk about, you know, a price or whatever. I still have cookbooks. I did mark them down. And in my Etsy shop, which I'll have linked below. And I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any tips and tricks for me, let me know. And or if you have any ideas of something you'd like to see, just let me know, and I'll see if I can get that done. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you next time. Probably the next time I'll see you is probably over on Miss Flip Flops and Pearls, because I ordered some clothes. I have had to get ready to have a yard sale, and I hate yard sales. Ugh, it's like, ugh. Anyway, I'm gonna do that, but I'm selling most all of my clothes. I just can't wear them anymore. So anyway, I am not going to get rid of everything, but a whole lot. So wish me luck on that yard sale. I'm not going to do it this weekend, but it'll be next weekend. This is on Friday. And I think today's the 8th. I can't see. No, today's the 10th. So, anyway, I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.